Hello everybody and welcome to Talking Over Tea. So we are about to go on a pretty long camping trip and we just wanted to share with you the books that we're going to take. We are definitely taking more than we're going to read, but we like to have options and we like to pretend like we're going to read a lot. So I think we're each taking 7 books.
So I'm going to bring A Time to Die by Nadine Brantis. We talked about this book in our video where we talked about all the books that we read in July, and I read this one a couple years ago on a camping trip actually, so I'm looking forward to reading this one again. It's a Christian dystopian book where everyone knows the day they're gonna die. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will get to it or not, or finish it, but I'm excited to at least bring it along and have it as an option.
I am bringing Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. This is one that I've been wanting to read because it's like her most popular one. And Amelia read it and really liked it, so I finally put it on hold at the library to specifically take for this trip. The only thing that I know about this is just anything Amelia's told me, and also I have watched the movie, which is
horrible.
Yeah. The next book I'm going to bring is Coral by Sarah Ella. This is a YA, it's like a contemporary, but it's also kind of fantasy because it has a mermaid in it. I have seen some good reviews on this book, and I follow the author on Instagram, so I kind of feel like I've already read a book by her, but I actually haven't, so this is going to be my first Sarah Ella book. I think there's 3 characters, and they've each had like gone through something traumatic, and it's kind of like an exploration of depression and stuff like that.
Next, I'm going to bring The Shepherd of the Hills by Harold Bell Wright. I'm not exactly sure what this is, actually. I really don't know what it's about. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like a slower, like a nature kind of fiction book. It looked interesting and I've heard some really good things about it, so yeah, I'm excited to give this one a try. Next, I'm going to be taking The Dark is Rising by Susan Cooper. This is the second book in the Dark is Rising series, and I started it a long time ago and never finished it. I didn't read a whole lot and wasn't really into it, but I'm going to try again. I got this collection for $1. We mentioned it in some video. So I have the whole collection. I have the whole series. So I'm going to possibly try to read this one.
I'm going to be bringing Swallows and Amazons by Arthur Ransom. I have read this before, but it's been a really long time and I don't really remember it. I just bought it a little while ago, so I wanted to take something to reread and also take something from my shelf. This is a children's book that was written in like the 1930s. It just has that like early children's novel charm that I really like, and it's kind of about kids going camping, so I thought that would be fitting. And it follows, I believe, 4 siblings who go to live on an island just for the summer for fun. And it's just a really fun book, and I'm excited to read it again. Next, I'm going to be bringing Crooked House by Agatha Christie. I talked about this in one of our last videos, and I am mostly bringing short books and children's books. So I decided to just take this. I don't really know what it's about, and I haven't read Agatha Christie in a while.
And then I'm going to bring If I Run by Terry Blackstock. This is a contemporary book about a girl who enters a crime scene where her best friend is murdered, and now everyone is going to believe that she was the murderer because basically all the evidence leads to her. So she has to go on the run and change her identity. I've heard a lot of good things about this book especially, and also I have been told to try Terry Blackstock before, so I decided to go ahead and get this one. I'm really looking forward to it because it kind of sounds like something I wouldn't normally read, and I've heard some really good things. Next, I'm going to bring Tomorrow When the War Began by John Marsden. I heard about this book years ago in this like book recommendations thing that we had for teens, and this one always looked interesting to me, so I finally am gonna give it a try. I have no idea what this is, but I'm pretty sure there's like a movie about it. I never heard of it, but apparently it's pretty popular in like the most popular series in Australia or something. So yeah, I think it's about camping, so it was very fitting as well.
Next, I'm going to bring The Prisoner of Zenda by Anthony Hope. This one was written in, I think, 1895, and it is a historical fiction. But I thought it was like a fantasy. I think it's more like a fantasy, but it says historical fiction on the side. I don't think I've ever read a fantasy written before the 1900s, so and I heard a few good things about this book. I don't think it's going to be amazing. This is actually the second book in the series, but everyone I saw who read it said to read this one first, and the first one's not very good. So hopefully it'll just be a nice kind of short, fun book to read. Next I am bringing, and probably not reading, The Man in the Willows by Matthew Dennison. I already talked about this in another video, and I still haven't read it or started it. It is a biography of Kenneth Grahame, who wrote The Wind in the Willows, and I decided to bring it because like I said, I'm mostly bringing children's books, and I wanted something that would be a little bit more challenging, and I hope that I try to read it at least. But yeah.
Next I have The Last Bookshop in London by Madeline Martin. This is a World War II historical fiction book about basically a lot of bookshops have closed down because of the war, and this is one of the last ones, or maybe the last one, I don't know. But it's also set in August, so it's perfect. And apparently this one is adult, which is not my normal thing, but apparently it's also good for middle grade and YA audiences as well. I'm looking forward to this one, and I haven't read a good historical fiction in a while, so I'm hoping it'll live up to my expectations. Next I have The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. This is a YA, maybe like contemporary fantasy, I'm not exactly sure. It says, what if the ordinary things you take for granted suddenly disappear? That's kind of all I know. It looked kind of interesting. I didn't see a whole lot of reviews on it that were from anyone that I knew or trusted. So yeah, it's kind of large, and I might try to get around to it.
And lastly, I am going to bring When We Were Very Young by A.A. Milne. This is a collection of poems, and I think it is the third book in the Winnie the Pooh series. I didn't realize that it was poems when I got it until I opened it up, because I thought it was just going to be another Winnie the Pooh book, but I think I'll really like it. It'll be really quick to read, and I really like Winnie the Pooh, so I know I'm gonna like this one too.
So those are all the books that we're going to take on our camping trip, or at least what we've decided on now. I don't know if I'm going to take any others or switch any out, but these are the ones that we are pretty much set on. We hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, we're really looking forward to our trip and just relaxing and reading a lot. And we'll see you in the next post.